Tropical Storm Chalane has been improving in appearance all day today. It's currently at 20.1 degrees south, 40.3 degrees east as of 5 a.m. CAT this December the 29th. Let's get into more specifics with it. It's currently having winds of 60 miles per hour with 95 kilometers per hour being the conversion there, and it has a pressure of 986 millibars. It's moving west at 10 miles per hour and is a stage 3 on the CDPS scale. Well, why is that? Let's break it down. If you're in Beira, Mozambique, you're probably going to be at ground zero for this or close to it. Wind speeds are expected to be significant, up to 90 miles per hour when the storm gets there. Storm size will be low to moderate. Rainfall potential is major with over 200 millimeters of rain being possible, and the overall threat to land right now is low to moderate, but that could go up with time, assuming that things do really escalate further than what we're currently expecting, which is certainly a possibility. Stage 3 on the CDPS scale means that considerable damage is possible, so this is still nothing to scoff at, even at its Stage 3. Lower end on the CDPS, still something that you should be preparing for if you're in Mozambique, as it is still going to be able to bring, again, considerable damage to those areas nearest the landfall. You can see it's a pretty small storm here. You can see the wind radii is very small, the largest quadrants being 55 miles. So really not all that large at all. And again, you can see here, not that big, and it's heading generally towards Mozambique right now. Speaking of, let's take a look at the distances between different places, all of these in Mozambique. Chalane, 273 miles away from Schneid, it's around 282 miles away. From Vilanculos, you're about 349 miles away. If you're in Pande, 360 miles away, and if you're in Beira, you're 362 miles away from this. That's that little divot there in the map in Mozambique. That's where this storm is expected to hit land, at least according to us at this time. Here are the current watches and warnings, and the colors there accordingly really show the risk. Yellow is in a low risk, orange is in a moderate risk, and red is in a high risk or high impact zone for this storm. Let's take a look at the intensity estimate and how we got to it. We are in agreement with SATCON, AMSU, and NOAA ADT, all at 60 miles per hour. CIMSS ADT a little more aggressive, up to 65 miles per hour, with the Joint Typhoon Warning Center and the RAM Multi-Platform Consensus Aid both at 50 miles per hour. Let's take a look at our cone of uncertainty. This was released earlier today, but it is about going on track with our current forecast. A 90 mile per hour landfall is currently anticipated for areas in Mozambique there, and you can see again ground zero appearing to be around Beira before the storm does move inland, and dissipation is anticipated to occur within the next couple of days after that. Let's take a look at the rainfall forecast. This is courtesy of the H-Warp. You can see there that small area of 8 to 16 inches that is inland. We're expecting up to 12 inches of rain with this in particular, about 200 millimeters being the maximum. Take a look at sea surface temperatures. Those are going to be pretty favorable for this thing. This is as of 18 UTC, these sea surface temperatures. It's going to be in about 29 to 30 degrees Celsius the remainder of its life before it does hit land. So this is quite concerning, and again, these conditions are relatively favorable for some quick strengthening. Let's take a look at the forecast. Force 13 kind of lies in the middle of these aids here. You can see the CTCX and GFS taking this up to a high-end tropical storm around 65 to 70 miles an hour by the time it makes landfall, and the H-Warp shooting it all the way up to 125 miles per hour. Which of these will be accurate? We don't really know. It could rapidly intensify. Again, we're going in the middle, which is certainly also a possibility. A 90 mile an hour landfall is currently what we're anticipating. Regardless, you should be preparing as if this is going to make landfall as a Category 2 plus tropical cyclone, as that is the worst case scenario. You can see wind shear is going to be relatively low for the storm over the next couple of days, and sea surface temperatures are going to be pretty good as well, being anywhere from 29 to 30 Celsius. And mid-level relative humidity is going to be the biggest limiting factor, with that generally hovering around the 50% mark, which is going to be not fantastic, but good enough if the storm really establishes itself, which it looks like it's attempting to do. Track forecast consensus looks pretty tight there, again around Beira, which is where we've been talking about throughout this entire update as being ground zero. Let's take a look at the storm right now, and you can see it pretty clearly here. It looks pretty good on satellite. It's improved markedly, and you can see clearly where the center of circulation is with a pretty symmetric, we'll call it a CDO at this point, around the storm. And you can see there, again, some more convective bursts. We'll see if this holds, and we'll also be able to see whether we can really say this is going to start strengthening quickly soon. We'll have more updates on this in the near future, and we'll be able to have a better grasp on just how strong this will get before making landfall. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out our outlets in the description below, and we'll see you at the next update.